Welcome back to the room. In the year 79, a volcano buried an entire Roman library alive. The books survived, turned to charcoal, too fragile for any hand to ever open. And this June, for the first time in 2,000 years, one of them was read from end to end. Nobody opened it.
Hold on. They read a whole book without opening it?
Without touching a single page, kid. It took a particle accelerator and a machine that learned to see ink no human eye can.
Tonight, the Herculaneum scrolls, and the codebreakers who taught a computer to read the ashes. First, a word on where we have been. In this room, we have cracked a murdered queen's secret letters, a killer's code that ran in a newspaper, a war machine they called unbreakable, and last time, a king's cipher that hid his darkest orders for 200 years.
And every time, you leave us a puzzle to solve at home.
Every single time, kid. Last time's answer is pinned in the comments. So go check yours. Tonight is a different kind of secret. Not one a person hid with a code, one that a volcano buried in fire.
Herculaneum, a Roman town on the Bay of Naples. When Vesuvius erupted in the year 79, a superheated wave of gas and ash rolled over a seaside villa and its library. The papyrus scrolls inside did not burn away. They flash carbonized, sealed under some 20 meters of volcanic rock. The only library of the ancient world that still exists.
Wait, so the books are still there? Actual books from ancient Rome?
About 1,800 of them, kid, dug up in the 1750s by workmen sinking a well. Trouble was, every one was a lump of charcoal. People wanted them open so badly they sliced them, scraped them, cranked them through unrolling machines. Hundreds of scrolls died on the table.
The rolls that survived were declared unreadable forever, and so they sat for 2.5 centuries until a computer scientist named Brent Seals made a bet that you could read a closed book with X-rays and unwrap it not with your hands, but inside a computer. So here is how you read a book that can never be opened. Step 1, the scan. The scroll goes to a particle accelerator in Grenoble, in France, where X-rays photograph it in thousands of paper-thin slices. Stack the slices, and you hold the whole scroll in 3 dimensions, every winding of the spiral.
Then you just zoom in and read the writing, right?
That is the cruel part, kid. There is no writing to see. The scribes wrote in carbon ink, and the volcano turned the papyrus itself into carbon, black ink, on a black page, made of the same stuff. To an X-ray, they look identical. The words are all there, and they are invisible.
Then how do you read ink you cannot see?
2 tricks. First, virtual unwrapping. Software traces the wound-up sheet through all those slices, turn by turn, and flattens it into a page inside the computer. Second, the machine learning. Ink sitting on papyrus leaves a texture. Tiny cracks and ridges, far too faint for the eye. Show a computer enough examples and it learns to spot that texture and to paint it wherever it finds it. And letters rise up out of the black.
Mind the fine print. The machine does not read Greek. It only says ink was here. The reading, letter by letter, is still done the old way by papyrologists. The computer finds the shapes. The humans find the words. In 2023, Seals joined 2 technology investors, Nat Friedman and Daniel Gross, and turned the problem into a contest. The Vesuvius Challenge. The scan data went online for anyone, with over $1 million in prizes for whoever could make the scrolls speak.
And somebody actually did?
A 21-year-old kid, Luke Ferrator, a student, trained a model on that faint ink texture and pulled one whole word out of a sealed scroll. Porphyros, Greek for purple. The first word read from inside a closed scroll in 2,000 years, and it won him $40,000. Months later, he and 2 teammates read about 5% of a scroll and split a $700,000 grand prize.
And then, this June, the finish line. On the 25th of June, the team announced that scroll PHerc 1667 had been virtually unwrapped and read from end to end. The first Herculaneum scroll ever read end to end. Nearly 1.5 meters of papyrus, 22 columns of Greek.
So what does it say? After 2,000 years, it had better be good.
Philosophy, kid, ethics, written back in the 2nd century before Christ. Stoic most likely, on human nature, on impulse, on holding your own course. One line reads, "We will inquire into something, but we will not grasp it, if we depart from ourselves and from our own nature." And the last column names a man called Aristocreon, nephew of the great Stoic Chrysippus.
One honest footnote. The top of every column crumbled away centuries ago, so what survives is the lower half of the text, and the author's name is still unknown. But every scan and every letter is published openly, and hundreds of sealed scrolls are waiting in Naples for the same treatment. As one papyrologist put it, these look like dead books, but they are not. They are starting to speak again. Now you try. Tonight's message got the scroll treatment. No letter has been replaced. They have just been wound up, written in a zigzag across 3 rails of a fence, and then read off row by row. Your job is to unwind it.
So I draw 3 rails, split the ciphertext into those 3 rows, and then lay the letters back along the zigzag?
That is the whole trick, kid. 5 letters on the top rail, 10 in the middle, 5 on the bottom. Lay them out. Ride the zigzag down and up, and read as you go. Nothing is hidden here. It is only folded.
Solve it and leave your answer below. The solution opens the next file. Until then, the room stays open.